Hey, this is Ashley Andrews to talk about my career genogram that I completed on my family. I actually had to draw the genogram. I could not find any computer program that allows me to do this in an easy manner. So I will be scanning it to submit this evening. But in completing the genogram, there's only two other people in my family, both in my mother's family and my father's family, that were in the education field. So, at least as far as my aunts and uncles or grandparents. I do have a cousin who is also an educator, but you can see the line here. My grandmother was a French teacher in a Catholic school. And then my aunt retired from the education field, and then myself, I did social work prior to this school counseling job. Most of the people in my mother's family had education, and even if they traveled, they still were pretty successful with their careers. In my father's family over here, there was little education. However, my grandfather owned his own trucking business, and my dad works for that trucking business, as well as my uncle. And then my aunt has also been a business manager long term. My grandmother is deceased from cancer, but she was also a business manager as well. And both my mother's parents are also deceased. And then you can see that my mother and father are divorced. And I am married. I will add the year 2013 is the year that I got married. And actually this year, in August, we are expecting our first child. So I have a question mark. We don't know if that's a boy or girl yet. But I think this is a great activity to use with clients. It really just gives you a chance to think about where you come from and if any of these people played an important role in your life, just by listening to their stories or hearing their professional experiences, their college as well. I'm certainly one of the first in a few generations to receive post-secondary education as far as my master's degree goes. So I'm pretty proud of that, and I think it can help a student to realize, that you do have something to be proud of based off of what you come from, because I've never really thought about the fact that my father's family came from little education. High school, but very little college within his family. So it was definitely an interesting way to look at how we're influenced by our family in a professional mindset. I think it would be great to use possibly with high school students. Since I am a school counselor, I tend to think on the school counseling side of things. But it could potentially help a high school senior to determine, what career they may be interested in. But certainly with any young adult or adult who's in a transitional period, or community college, university setting, just trying to figure out their niche in life and the best job for them. So I really enjoyed doing this activity. And again, I do apologize that it is on paper and handwritten, but I tried to make it as professional as possible and as neat as possible, because I ended up spending almost 2 hours on different computer programs trying to create one, and it got to be very overwhelming. So I will be scanning this and submitting it later this evening. Thank you so much.